Hey everybody, it's Chainsaw Reacts back once again, another reaction for you guys. Today guys, of course, you're continuing the journey of Ben 10 Alien Force. This is Ben 10 Alien Force Season 1, Episode 11, titled, Don't Know Until I Get into the Episode. So last week's episode was pretty interesting for a number of reasons. Number one, Cash and JT, the original bullies from Ben 10, are back in this episode. They were featured a little bit earlier in Ben 10 Alien Force, but now they're featured prominently in this episode. Why? Because Cash gets taken over by this gauntlet from this robot at the beginning of the episode that isn't really established. It's just there. This robot's attacking Ben, Gwen, and Kevin, and they destroy it because Ben turns into the new alien Goop, which is a great name for that alien. But Ben destroys the robot, and the gauntlet is left. That's the title of the episode, The Gauntlet, which makes a lot of sense. But the gauntlet of the robot was still alive. And so Cash and JT take it when they decide to go after Kevin's car and roll it down this hill because Ben stands up to the bullies and say, "You're not worth my time, I don't know why I was scared of you guys," all that kind of stuff. It was a big moment for Ben. But then he's almost fully transformed by the time he goes against Ben at the end of the episode at Mr. Slurpee or whatever, whatever the slushy or whatever place was at, like they kept going back to. Ben's obsessed with that place, by the way, just kind of out of nowhere. Oh, by the way, he's obsessed with this place. Like, okay, cool, he's just getting drinks all the damn time. But the fight goes down, Ben's Chroma Stone, and it was a really well done fight in terms of it had its cool moments, but it was more about trying to save Cash because he literally was being transformed. And then also finding out too, JT, the other bully, like he was friends with Ben before he started hanging out with Cash so that he wasn't going to get bullied by Cash. Essentially, Cash was bullying everybody, and JT didn't want to have to deal with that, so he just became friends with Cash so JT would not be bullied. So it's kind of like a crazy thing there, but I really enjoyed how they touched on the bullies from the original Ben 10 series because it was a big thing. Like, that was like a part of the opening. That was part of the first episode of Ben 10 is those bullies, and they brought them back one other time, and I think a couple more times. I'm trying to remember exactly how many times they brought them back in a way through Ben 10, but they were very important in terms of Ben as a whole, in terms of his character, and then him standing up to them was really important. So it's interesting to see them come back. So here we go, guys. Let's get into the next episode. I'm curious to see what happens here. Episode 11, guys. Let's go. Oh, okay. He's running. Okay. What is going on here? Oh. Okay.
Another one.
Whoa. Holy crap. Okay, hello.
Forget it, Manny.
Okay.
Ellen, talk to me.
Quit it.
Talk to me.
Your brother and me
Argued over every single mission.
Brother.
Who's in charge? Do it this way. No.
fry every DNA alien we can find.
So it's not just...
Three of them.
Oh,
And they're
so it's not just
Where?
Ben and them. Oh, it's Kevin, Ben, and Gwen.
What did he say?
Doesn't matter. Let's dust him.
How about instead we follow him? Maybe they'll lead
Okay.
us to a whole nest of DNA aliens.
You're an idiot. You're an idiot. Don't. Yeah.
You never listen, do you?
I got my energy lash wrapped around one arm,
Yeah.
but just before Manny hooked him, he flashed a plumber's badge. What if we were wrong about it?
Helen, what is it with you? Every night
If you're wrong about that.
Every day it's the same fight. I can't babysit you forever, you know?
They have a whole, like, system and everything to track down these DNA
I
aliens.
fed the thermal scans.
Wow.
Those
Perfect
are
images.
aliens?
No.
They look human.
Well,
They must be wearing ID masks.
Pierce was in charge. We were careful.
you're careful.
The one time we weren't.
We'll track their signal. We'll take it slow,
Yeah, this team's not working out too well.
then we'll handle things my way.
Of course. But you said you're going to handle that guy's way, but no, whatever.
Arguing.
Arguing.
We know we're telling them. Manny, no!
If that tanker goes up, we're talking about a major bonfire.
Yeah.
I got the driver.
They're getting away.
They're helping. Exactly. Yep. Ooh. Big Chill. I love Big Chill.
Hey, freak! Catch!
Throwing the car? Oh no. You're messing with the wrong people. Nice. Damn. You're an asshole. I don't like this guy. I don't like him. The girl...
See that? They saved that guy.
Yeah.
Who cares?
One of them was an accelerate.
Yeah.
I used
Yeah.
to turn into that species.
I'm concentrating.
Trying to
On what?
find him.
I'm
Location?
at one with the cosmic mana, feeling the energy
Oh.
of the universe flowing around and through me. All we have to do is rescue him.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
And
is
explain that they fucked up.
What were you thinking?
What were
We had
you
on the
thinking,
ropes.
you
We could've made
dipshit?
3 monsters at
God.
once.
Let me out of this bubble, then
Let
we'll
me
see
out.
what you got.
Yeah, you'll lose.
Quiet!
I'm not anything like him.
Exactly. It's kind of close.
It's not a mask!
Exactly. You're an idiot.
That's my face, you jerk. Around a what?
They're out of what? The Ratacannon.
Disintegrator beam. It turns
Ooh.
scum like you into dust.
It's a null void projector.
You don't even know what you're using?
Probably
What an
Mark I.
idiot.
It's a museum piece.
He was getting on my nerves.
You're just a dumbass.
What if you're wrong, Manny?
Ectoneurite. Hiscus valans.
Oh, shit.
Pyronite.
If he has a badge, it's a fake. Him and his pals, they're all dirty alien freaks.
This guy is just...
Then why would they save that
I don't like him.
driver?
They're all aliens. And you know what we do with aliens.
This is really frustrating the fuck out of me. I'm just telling you right now.
What kind of heroes take the bus?
Well,
Neither one of us
you don't
can
have a
drive.
car.
What do you
Oh,
want me to do?
How could anyone care about a person who is that rude and undependable and annoying?
I didn't say anything.
Okay, move out.
Hey, I'm not
Oh.
the one who...
exactly. Oh, that's
Guess we'll
cool.
have to do.
It worked. Oh my god, it worked. Ben just... Come on, Ben, wake up. Come on. I know, Kevin's gonna help. Ooh! Come on, Kevin. Come on.
Stand still!
Miney. He's completely out of it.
Get out of the way!
That was close. Shit. You... Come on! Oh! Oh! Oh, he ain't gone. He ain't gone. Yes!
It's not a disintegrator.
No.
Stinking.
Put down your weapons. And just listen for 5 minutes, okay?
We're all aliens?
Kinda. One of your
It's so
parts
stupid.
might be
They could have
human.
fixed
The
this
other, not so
minutes
much.
ago.
Tell your boyfriend to back off. No, you tell yours to... He is not my boyfriend.
Are you asking for it?
I'm begging for it. Who's gonna give it to me? What am I, your babysitter?
You flashed a plumber's badge. What if it was real?
Yeah, that. Yeah, DNA aliens.
Sorry about... You know...
There you guys have it. That was episode 11 of Ben 10 Alien Force. The episode title was Plumber's Helpers. Makes a lot of sense in regards to what was happening in the episode. I actually have the voice cast pulled up here during the credits to make sure I have the new characters' names correct as I'm talking about them. So before I get into any specifics, but by the way, I enjoyed the episode overall. Okay, let's get out of the way. But before I get to anything else, I'm not going to apologize for my frustration because at a certain point, as you guys saw my reaction, I was getting really annoyed and really upset because as I'm looking here, the new character Manny, of course, I recognize the actor immediately, the voice actor, Carrie Payton, who's done amazing work as Cyborg and other amazing characters in voiceover. Carrie Payton is Manny, the version of Forearms. I was getting so mad at this character, but then they were kind of paralleling that with Kevin's saying this is their version of Kevin and this team when it used to be a team of 3 with Helen, who's the version of Accelerate, Manny's the version of Forearms, and Pierce, who we didn't get to see. It's implied that he is gone, that he is dead. I'm pretty sure that's what they're implying. They're pretty obvious based on Helen's response and everything, and it seemed like that was her brother. So it's even more emotional, but this was their team, kind of like a version of what's happening with Ben, Gwen, and Kevin. So they're basically saying that Manny here, as I'm making sure I get the names right, that's why I'm looking down a little bit, looking at the credits, that Manny is their version of Kevin. However, Kevin was not this stubborn and not this dumb. At times, Kevin has been pretty dumb in Ben 10 Alien Force in regards to them working together. So he's made some dumb decisions, but not to the level of what Manny was doing. Manny was obsessed with catching DNA aliens, which you see the opening of the episode with them chasing that one, and they think that they're killing all these aliens, and thankfully they're using a null void protector, but they don't even realize that, which just goes to show how in over their heads they are, because they don't even know what they're actually dealing with in terms of weapons that they're using, right? So the fact that Kevin had to point that out when he was captured was pretty funny, because they didn't even know. But I was just getting so frustrated with this character, Manny. I was just getting so mad because he just wouldn't fucking listen. And thankfully, Helen, make sure I get that name right, Helen, the version of a version of Accelerate, was willing to listen and was trying to be the voice of reason, but then she would just go along with what he's doing sometimes. I'm like, if you're questioning the shit he's doing, how about you actually don't go along with him at times? Because when Ben and Gwen show up to rescue Kevin, ultimately Kevin has to break himself out, which is a cool sequence, by the way. But it's like she still went along to stop the aliens, not realizing that you're continuing to go down the wrong path here. Because this is not, no, they're not DNA aliens, all this shit. And just because they're aliens doesn't mean you throw them in, because if you're so adamant on, well, they're aliens, they gotta go in the null void projector. Well, we thought beforehand that it was a thing that killed them or whatever. Then send yourself in there, because you're a fucking alien too. So shut up. I was getting frustrated about that. So what's interesting, at least in passing that point, passing my issue with Manny, who's just an ass, is the fact that it's implying there are other potential teams, or at least other aliens, half aliens, that are out there trying to do some good. At least they were capturing some DNA aliens, but unfortunately with their data, they've been sending in original Ben 10 aliens who have been transformed into the null void. But they think they've been killing them, like just disintegrating, whatever the fuck word. It's been a day. Apologies. So they think they're doing that, and I like the fact that we're seeing, like, there's Ghost Freak, there's a Heat Blast, there's a Ripjaw, there's a Wild Mutt. I think there was also Stinkfly as well. So like it was pretty cool to see that intertwined with DNA aliens that they've been also capturing as well. So basically, they were capturing any aliens. But then it goes back to Pierce, the one who's not actually there, but we have some video of him. And so Helen's watching some, and he's saying, one alien we were actually going after, he flashed a plumber's badge, but what if it wasn't fake? What if we screwed up? And so it was something to where I wish they would have pieced it together sooner, but I guess the implication is that communication is key. That's the main thing that I've kind of boiled down to what this episode was trying to bring across, because nobody was talking to each other. But the issue is, too, you had a guy who, even though at the end of the day, he is strong with his half-alien DNA, with him being a version of Four-Arms Manny, he just did whatever the fuck he wants. He didn't care. And when they actually have a conversation at the end, and they realize, oh, we fucked up. But Manny wasn't really, like, accepting the fact that he screwed up. But the fact is that they made the point that Ben's like, when they're all yelling at each other, Ben's like, what? I feel like I'm babysitting you guys. And Helen says, you remind me of Pierce, because he was the one that helped to keep us grounded. So maybe the implication on top of the fact that communication needs to occur, because if they would have fucking talked, none of this shit would have went down. If there would have been some conversation. But there wasn't, because Manny was like, okay, I'm going to go take them out. And Helen's like, well, hold on, wait a minute. At the beginning of the episode, when they go back to the plant, and Ben, Gwen, and Kevin are there, and they're trying to track them or whatever, and the audio's going in and out of on the heat, camera or whatever that device was. It's like, talk to each other. That's not going to happen. That's not going to happen at all. It's just like, really? But maybe the other thing what I was trying to get to as well, is going kind of off track, trying to explain things, or at least trying to explain things through my head to make sure I'm getting my thoughts across properly for you guys, is maybe the other thing is they're saying is that if Ben wasn't in the picture, Gwen and Kevin's teamwork and them working together and shit would not be what it is now in terms of being successful. Because let's be honest, Ben, Gwen, and Kevin's teamwork has been overall pretty successful. Overall. There's been some hiccups, but that's always going to happen, especially with a new team. especially with dealing with Kevin, who we had a lot of issues with in the original series, you know? But I think that was interesting how they went about saying this is kind of like another version of them over here, except they don't have their Ben. Pierce is gone, you know? But I thought the action was pretty good, seeing Big Chill in the mix. And like I was saying on the little thing, there were the aliens they've captured and sent into the Null Void. Seeing those throwbacks to classic Ben 10 aliens was really, really cool to see that. And even Ben addressing, and there's a version of Accelerate, and I used to turn into one of those species. I'm like, yeah, you did. What happened? I'm guessing the watch just won't. I guess the watch just doesn't give him the ability to, which is unfortunate. It really is. But I like the fact that Ben and Gwen were able to, like, even though they couldn't get to him faster, you know, at least Gwen was able to track him or whatever using her powers. And then they had to ride the bus. And Gwen goes this whole thing about relationships and how can I care for somebody who's such a jerk and all this kind of stuff. And then Ben doesn't say a word. He's like, listening. He's like, I'm not going to say nothing because Gwen likes Kevin. We know this, right? And then even Helen goes to freaking Gwen and says, like, tell your boyfriend to be quiet. She's like, wait a minute. Like, she took her a second to catch that. Like, he's not my boyfriend. Like, no, but you never know. I guess the car is all gone to shit. I'm guessing. I don't know what happened to Kevin's car. I mean, obviously, Ben and Gwen, neither of them could drive it. But we didn't see the car since. I'm assuming the car's fine. I don't know. But the fact that Manny threw it at him was crazy as hell. But the fact they say that truck, like, that's what made me even more upset. And we're going back to this for a second. The fact that Manny shot at that 18-wheeler who had fucking oil or gas in his fucking truck, in his 18-wheeler, it's like, idiot, because he shoots it right next to a gas station. He shoots at it. I'm like, dude, you almost killed this guy. You almost killed a whole block of people to prove a point that all the fucking we gotta stop the DNA aliens. I don't know. I don't know if their intention was to really make me mad and really frustrate me, really annoy me, but they did. They accomplished it. They made me not like Manny at all. And Helen, she tried, but she also went along with shit. I'm like, stop it. But yeah, so overall, I think it's interesting that we see there's other people out there, other, you know, helpers, plumbers, whatever, like they're half aliens or whatever, like them out there trying to do some good, even though they royally fucked up and they went into the Null Void. And Kevin's like, yeah, that's not going to end well. Like, how are they going to get back? Do they have a way to get back through the Null Void Protector? I hope so, because they went in there. And I was kind of worried for a second because this whole time we're supposed to have been recruiting more people to make a team. That's what Max said. Max said this. They've yet to do that. I started to worry. Oh, God. Don't tell me we're going to bring Manny and Helen. Helen, we'll figure that out. We don't need Manny on a team. I don't want to see this character again. Who knows? Me saying that, watch, the character will pop up again. But I don't want to see him again. So it's kind of weird, like, oh, boy. But, it seems like they're going to be gone for a while. Like, they have their own mission and they're all doing their own stuff. So I'm waiting for Ben to start recruiting more people. It's supposed to fucking happen. What's happening? Hey, we saw some more people that are doing the kind of thing that Ben, Gwen, and Kevin are doing. And the fact is, it's kind of implying that it's more spread out, that there's more out there. There's more half aliens. There's more people emerging as aliens. And I'm assuming it's probably setting up we're going to be seeing more of that. Presumably, because right now it's more been like, here's the villain of the week, and here's the bullies from this and the gauntlet, and then we're still going to introduce you to new aliens or whatever, because we had Goop in the last episode, and I'm assuming this means we're going to be seeing more. No idea. It's my prediction. I'm guessing. No idea. Anyways, guys, hope you guys enjoyed my reaction. I'm curious to know what you guys thought about this episode of Ben 10 Alien Force. Let me know in the comments below, guys. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you haven't already subscribed to the channel. Hope you guys are doing well. I will talk to you guys soon. Can't wait for next week's episode. Peace out.